Is up, YouTube? Paul Anthony Harvey here, bringing you some more Caravan War content. In this video, this will be part 3 of our Convoy Composition series, and we will be talking about vehicles and weapons. Vehicles, they serve a slightly different role than the Guardians themselves do. Some of the vehicles, they can tank. Some of the vehicles, they actually have a utility purpose. In fact, most of the vehicles actually have a utility purpose. And because of their capacity to carry either 1 or 2 weapons, they also provide DPS. But the biggest thing I feel about the vehicles is they don't stop when they get into combat. Your Guardians, they take a hit and they will engage with whatever bandit attack them. Vehicles don't. They just push on. And so they are actually a key component to preventing your raiders from getting 3 stars on your convoys. So we can just dive right into the vehicles that I am currently using in my convoy. And we will start with the speeder. Decent hit points, has nice little chunk of armor there. The speeder boosts everything around it, boosts everything's movement speed around it by 30%. It doesn't stack, but a 30% movement speed boost is huge, and I will show you how I use that in another video. Moving on here to the Airship. I do stack a few of these into my convoy as well. It's nice. This is a airborne unit, an airship, obviously, and it has a damage reduction radius of 10%. So basically anything covered in its holy aura radius, 10% damage reduction. It's just a nice little bonus effect to keep your units up. The legendary Wagon. I'm actually kind of on the fence at the moment about the legendary Wagon. Its ability, basically, it has a 20% chance to only take 50% damage. More or less, that just basically means it has a higher health pool than what is currently shown here. Also, it just has a nice chunk of armor. Like I said, I'm a little on the fence about this unit because I'm thinking about replacing it with the next unit, which is the legendary Buggy. Really enjoy this legendary Buggy. While it does have less hit points than the Wagon, its trait is it's a nice trait. Basically, the Buggies, when they take damage, they slow down. You can see here, its base movement speed is 1.8. It's really fast, all on its own. I believe that's the same movement speed as the Griffin Riders. But when they take damage, they slow down, but they do extra damage, an extra 50% damage with their weapons. And there are some other things going on with its equipment that can boost that up even higher. The last vehicle we're going to talk about here will be the steam van. This is possibly my favorite, simply because the steam van comes with 2 weapon slots and a trait. It has the highest armor, and that may be a component of its equipment here. Yeah, plus 1.5 armor. But even with that, it just comes with an armor of 8. It's really nice. Its trait, heavy armor. 50% of incoming damage is reflected back at the attackers. It's great. Basically, bandits are going to do what bandits do, and the steam van makes them pay for it. So, that is the vehicle section in a nutshell. They move, they do stuff, and they carry weapons. So, moving on over to the weapons. I'll call them add-ons here. We will talk about the barrier. barrier does decent damage, nice attack speed, 1.2 attacks per second. But its trait, Deflect, whatever vehicle the barrier is on, they dodge 30% of incoming attacks. And that goes a long way in improving your vehicle's life expectancy, if you will. Really nice. It's just a really nice add-on there. Moving on to the Harpoon. Harpoon is the highest single target damage weapon amongst the add-ons here. And its trait has a 30% chance to stun. That stun is actually pretty nice. I don't like to depend on it, but it's really nice to see it in effect when you have a unit engaging on you. And it's just not going to get there. It gets stopped cold in its tracks. Harpoons are nice to have. Next weapon here will be the legendary flamethrower. Originally, I didn't like the flamethrowers, but I didn't do my reading at the altar when I was upgrading my epics, and I have since come to love the flamethrower. It has the same basic trait as the epic flamethrower. It just burns everything in its radius. It has a short range, but everything in that range, in that straight line, gets burned. But the legendary flamethrower has a secondary effect called Scorched. Everything that gets burned by the flamethrower takes 10% additional damage from everything else. This is the only add-on, this is the only vehicle, this is the only guardian effect, this is the only thing I found in the convoy that makes bandits take additional damage. Legendary flamethrowers are huge. Gotta have them. Next weapon up is the legendary machine gun. I am also on the fence about the legendary machine gun. Its damage is nice, its attack speed is also nice. Its trait is pretty good as well. Any flying unit that it attacks takes 60% extra damage. And it also has a splash damage effect to one other unit nearby where they take 50% damage. All that sounds great, and yet I still hesitate for a number of reasons. One, its competition is just pretty steep. Flamethrowers, gotta have them. Barriers, gotta have them. Its damage still doesn't measure up to the Harpoon. And I'm still not sure its damage effect can outdo the next couple of weapons on this list. Which leads me to the legendary laser cannon. Laser cannon has really good damage. In fact, once it gets its damage, so you say once it gets its trait up to its max, its DPS actually outdoes that of the Harpoon. It just takes time. It takes about 3 seconds for the laser cannon to ramp up to max damage on a single target. In addition, however, to its high damage, it also slows your whatever target it's shooting at. And so, if you have a laser cannon on attacking something that's fast-moving, well, it's not going to be fast-moving anymore, and it's going to be taking a lot of damage. So, I have slowly been phasing out my machine guns for legendary laser cannons. So the last weapon we're going to talk about in this video will be the Tesla cannon. This is just another rapid-fire, 1 attack per second, decent damage, but it hits 4 targets, and it does bonus damage to minions. So all those homunculi, all those skeletons out there, they are wasted when they come across Tesla cannons. So that is it for today's video. go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you are enjoying this content, and I will see you next time.